Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today I'm going to talk about a book that left a very remarkable bruise on my heart. Finished the last page, I closed the cover, and I just felt so numb after reading it, like that I was overwhelmed with emotion. So, I'm talking about the book The Nightingale by Kristinn Hanna. So, we're going to dive deep into this book today. If you're someone who loves stories about sisterhood, bravery, courage, sacrifice, you're surely going to love this book. It's one of a kind. And I never thought this book would leave me brokenhearted. However, I mustered the courage to read it. And after completing, I feel so happy. At the same time, I feel so sad about the things that people go through in their life and how blessed we are. So today we are talking about The Nightingale by Kristinn Hanna, a heartbreaking and unforgettable historical fiction novel set during World War II. This book is not just about war, it's about love, sacrifice, courage, and the silent strength of women. And honestly, the story stayed with me long, even after I finished the final page. It follows the story of, or rather, the lives of two sisters in France during World War II, Vianne and Isabelle. Vianne is a quiet, careful girl, and she wants nothing more than to protect her daughter and survive safely. But Isabel, a rebellious 18-year-old girl, fearless and determined to fight against the Nazis, no matter the cost. Both the sisters choose very different paths during the war, but both show extraordinary courage in their own way. The story of the Nightingale beautifully explores how war changes people and how survival itself can become an act of bravery. This has been a book filled with emotional depth. It completely broke me. There were moments that made me anxious, moments that made me cry, and that gave me chills. And the emotions feel incredibly real. You don't just read about the characters, you just feel their fear, their pain, their hope, and love. Talking about the relationship between the sisters, it was one of my favorite parts of this novel, the relationship between Vianne and Isabel. They were two different people, and because of that, they don't always understand each other. But underneath everything, they still hold that sisterly love. Their journey together is heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. Kristen Hanna writes in such a cinematic and emotional way, the book feels vivid, almost like watching a movie in your mind. And the tension during the war scenes is really intense. The quieter emotional moments, they feel so deeply personal, as if you're in the book. You are living their life. It's one of those books that keeps pulling you chapter by chapter. So, this book can be an emotionally heavy read. It includes themes of war, loss, violence, trauma, and heartbreak. So, if you're someone who gets emotionally attached to characters, please prepare yourself before reading this because it's a story that hurts, but in the best possible way. Overall, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna is a powerful story about resilience, sacrifice, and humanity during one of history's darkest times. It reminds us that bravery doesn't always look loud or heroic. Sometimes bravery is simply surviving. Sometimes it's choosing kindness in a cruel world. I would personally rate this book 5 out of 5 stars. If you love emotional historical fiction with strong characters, you're surely going to love this book. Please do read this book and let me know your thoughts in the comments.